everybody. If you watched my last video, I actually did a bit of a Temu haul, and I had these little tiny little frames and the little cabochons. So I thought I'd have a play around and make something with them. So I've done a couple here to show you. So I've done this one here with a perfume label. I think it's violets. So I've done that one. And this one here, which has a little quote of a token of love. So what I've done is, I'm going to show you what I did, which is I think how they all do it, to be honest. Alright, so I used Raw Coat Dimensional Magic, and what I do is I just get, now this is a printable on an inkjet printer, and some of them aren't and some of them are. But if you're going to use your inkjet printer, see, I've just rough cut it. When you put, that's why I use this, but when you put this on, we're going to squash this cabochon down over the top of it, and I'm going to put 3 to 4 drops of this on top. Now, you can't move it around too much after you've squashed it down, otherwise you're going to smear your glue. So I'm going to put, I might put 5, just for good measure. And then I want to make sure that my cabochon is clean, and it is. And then you get over the top, and it'll slide a little bit and wiggle around, and then you're going to position it ever so slightly to where you might want it. And you're going to see, I did use a little bit too much of the Dimensional Magic. So I usually do 3 drops. And I just squash it down and check. Now I'm just going to make sure I have done a couple where they're a bit off, but, you know, it doesn't matter too much. And then I'm going to leave it, and I'll leave it for about half an hour, because this hasn't dried, but it's dry enough where I will then get my scissors and cut round as close to the cabochon as possible. Right, so that's all I do. Stick it down and let it dry for half an hour. So I'm going to put that aside on a flat surface, because it's not dry enough to hold it. Okay, so then I've got this one, and I did a Marie Antoinette, and this isn't an inkjet printed, this is a picture. So I've just done her, it's stuck down, and I've trimmed around the cabochon. And then what I do is I get my B7000, which I haven't had any trouble with. So far, so good. Okay, and then I'll just put a bit of paper up here. Just a bit. And where did I put the lid? Better put the lid on that. Okay, so I get there and I put, and I'm squeezing every last inch out of this, I can tell you, because I don't want to waste it. And that's the beauty about this plastic. It's very good. So I'm just going to run the B7000 around the inside rim. Now these frames are just, they're too shallow if you were thinking about using resin. You could, I suppose. I don't know. But you got the cabochons to go with. So I'm going to glue that. Just showing you what I do. And then we're going to put Marie Antoinette into the frame without getting too much glue on top. And then just give it a little wipe. You can go back over it when it's all dry anyway with some rubbing alcohol. And there she goes. We've got her in. You can see that. Then what I did was, because I've gone ahead and made some, I just thought I'd just do this for good measure. So then what I did was, I got a frame, one of these frames. I'll get one out to show you. Get one out just to show you. They've been done before. Then I got some felt. Just a bit of felt. Now, look, you can turn these over. You can turn these over when it's dry and put your dimension on the back, which I'll probably do with this one. And then I get a bit of felt, get it right, Julie. And I just get in there and I just do a light little trace on the inside of the, so it's on the felt. And then I cut it out and I end up with this little thing, which is going to be going on the back. So I would glue that to the back of the cabochon. And then I'll just get that off because I don't want it gluing in. Yeah, and then you've made your cabochon. Now you can just go and get cut out pictures from calendar, anything, magazines, whatever you want. Or you can print them with your, I did with an inkjet printer and it works. It works fine. Well, it didn't smudge on there, but I did find that if you did wiggle it around and move it around, that it would. So, yeah. So this one still will be drying. And then I will get my scissors and I will cut around that. Yeah. Yeah. And they're really pretty. But then I thought, well, what will I do with these? I mean, there's loads of things you can do. So I decided that what I was going to do was make some Bookmarks, which is exactly what I did. So that one's still drying, and I've done those. So then I thought, well, I want my bookmarks to be velvet. So I ended up getting some. This is a pink one. Oh, I actually dyed this. It was white. This nice, like, crushed velvet trim. And I used a black, which I don't normally use too much black, but I did with this. And I ended up making a couple of bookmarks to show you. So this is the first one. This is my first bookmark. So what I did with this is that I got the ribbon clamps. I used 16mm on here. The crimps, these are 16mm. And I've got silver, and I've got gold, and I had some old brass one, brassy colour. So I just got those. Now when I got my, I did burn the end of the velour, the velvet. Just give a little singe so it doesn't fray. Slot it in. Now with these, I decided to see my cabochon there. It's actually like a cameo. That's just printed. And then you can see all the way down. And then I'll show you the dangle in a minute. So what I'd done was, this was a black one. And I wanted to put this lace flower trim to frame out and widen the widen it. If you use one full pit, you're going to need a wide. If you want it that wide, the black velvet, I think, would have been too much. So I only wanted like the strip of it. So this is separate. I put this either side on the back. Finished it off. Either side on the back, and then I ran some nice lace trim right down the back, because you do get glue showing on the back of the velvet ribbon. And then I just put a couple of little pearl trim there up the top, there and there, top and bottom. So I glued all that down. It's all glued. None of it is sewn. Now, turn this over. Then I ran some pretty pink trim down the centre of the velvet trim. As you can see, it's a pink and cream. All the way down. And then on the top, I've added this pretty charm with some little flowers and a pearl bead and a little crystal bead and a little charm. Now, I got those from Temu as well, these little charms, and it says "Once Upon a Time." And I thought, oh, I really like that for a bookmark. Once Upon a Time, I thought it was so nice. And then I decided I couldn't stop, could I? I had to keep going and add some bling. And I added, this is metal bling, and I actually used the B7000 and glued it straight down on top. But I am going to run thread through there just to make sure that it's secure. the trouble with velvet, everything sticks to it. So I did that one. I did that black one, and I am going to stitch this in or on if I can, because you got to find the hole, and it ain't that easy, because I am going through a few layers. So yeah, we'll come up there. So I'm just going to tack it, and there is it's going to take some pushing through there. Can't quite get through, and I've only just glued these so that it's still a bit tacky, so they will take some time. But I'm just adding this sewing. You don't have to, but I just want to make sure that it's not going to fall off. It is, you know, it's a bit weighty, so I do want to make sure that it's secure. I'd hate to think that it's, you know, just drops off. Don't ask me how I'm getting those holes, but I am, and that's good. So anyway, I've finished pruning my roses. I've done a lot of pruning, and everything's opened up in the outside in my garden now. So I'm just going to tack this, or tack it off. Well, it might go into the side there. And you can't see the thread on the back, which is good. Well, we're a month into our winter here, and we're still getting very nice days. Still in a t-shirt. The odd cool morning and cool afternoons, you know, but it's pleasant. Gosh, it's better than that hot summer that we've just had. So I've just tacked that on with a bit of thread, and that is a bookmark that I've done, and the other one I did a pink one. So I'll get this one up here. Alright, so I did pink. Try and fold it. This is a longer one. There. And I did a pretty rose for my cabochon. You see that? And it's back with that felt. I mean, you could put the felt right over the whole back if you wanted to. Did the same thing with did the ribbon. It's a bit wider than the black one. Ran some pretty like rick-rack trim down the centre. Did 2 pieces of lace on the back, and they just looks nice. It looks neat. Just on the back there. And the same thing, I did a charm on the top with the little flower beads, which I got from, these were from Temu. They were earrings actually, I pulled them apart. Some little pearl beads and a little crystal, pink crystal there. And then couldn't stop there either. I decided that I was going to put a bit of bling on, and I chose Where's, this is off a bit of jewellery. Oh, I thought I did have it here somewhere, but I don't know where. Can't see it. Anyway, it was a necklace. Had these, they went from small to big flowers, and I've got one off, and I've decided that I would run the B7000 around, and I added this bit of bling here in the centre of it to give it some sparkle. And this is a really small one. I don't know what the measurements are of it. But you can see it's only tiny, very small. I've put that in the centre and ran it around that pretty little flower. And this is actually pink and white. Very subtle pink. You see that? It's really pretty. So I've put that there on the bottom of it with the rose. So that's what I decided to do with my little cabochons that I got from Temu. I did say I was going to put something together. Can I show you with a book, maybe? I mean, I didn't, I wasn't going to worry about measuring too much, as long as the idea was that this book's really big. I'll use this one because this is quite a large book. So yeah, you just hang it off, and it will dangle down. It's a huge book, actually. I could have picked something else. So yeah, you've got that on the bottom. That one. And because the pink one was quite long, have I got a ruler or measure it? And then that one will hang down the back. And even on a smaller book, it's still fine. It doesn't matter if it's hanging down. It's got plenty of weight in the actual bookmark. So, yes, that was nice. Now, I'll give you a measurement. I'll just grab a ruler. So I just, I did it by eye and just estimated exactly what I thought would make a good length. See, there's the black one. Just there. It can hang off and hang over the book, the journal. Yeah. Now the black one, being the tiny, it's not tiny, it's little, I'll just measure the actual ribbon, not the dangles. Alright, so you know it's going to be around 30 centimetres. Yeah, 30 centimetres, 12 inches. So 12 inches for the black. And my longer one, let me see, 16.5 inches. I didn't think it was that long, guys. But anyway, that would be 30 centimetres to about there. .48 centimetres. So it's quite long, but I don't mind. But doesn't look long when you fold it in half. Yeah, and the nice, I love that that charm. Once upon a time, give you a close up of that. Don't know if it's in focus or what it's doing. If you can see it. So yeah, I had a bit of fun making those. I'm going to do a couple more. I want to make some a bit of stuff with the blue and white. I want to do some blue and white because I want to make a blue and white journal. So there they are. She's still drying. I'll just put her on, and this one will be ready to cut soon. So because of the dimensional magic was a bit thick, but yeah. So they're all pretty, and that's what I did with my my cabochons that I got from Temu. So I hope it's inspired somebody out there. Yeah, so my next video that I'm going to do is going to be some lace clusters I want to do, and maybe try and get a bit of blue in those, from at least a couple of them anyway, for a journal. So yeah, guys, that's it for now, and I hope you found some nice little ideas there with the bookmark. You know, it's not, I've just blinged them up and added a few little bits of colour. The black doesn't look so bad, does it? I like it. It's really nice. And this one has a lobster clasp where you can unhook this if you want to unhook it, but you know, to clean it or something. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hope you press the like button and maybe subscribe. I'm at 80 subscribers now, and I haven't been very constant with my videos, but I am getting there. It's just getting the time to make something, or you know, do something, and in between everything, life, to get it all up. So anyway, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.